Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy.
This is why I asked y'all, did y'all recognize it? This is what God is saying. It's almost like a parable. You got to put it together. Your hand's going to be in the neck of the enemies. Remember, the enemy's going to put the yokes of iron on your neck. Right. Now what did he say about Judah? He singled Judah out. You got to have visuals for our people. They don't understand this. Yokes of iron going to be on your neck. Now what did he say about Judah again?
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy.
Who do you think that fits today? Read.
In thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So they're going to serve their enemies for thirst, for water, food, clothing, anything they want.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And that enemy is going to put a yoke of iron upon the Israelites' neck until the Israelites don't even realize that the Israelites no more. That means until he have destroyed thee. So that your yoke's going to come off your neck when you're destroyed. Who that sound like? Who it sound like had yokes of iron on their neck? Sound like us. You see how the Bible is clear? The Bible said, read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
For disobedient.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord allowed it to happen.
In hunger.
For any kind of food you want.
And in thirst.
For any kind of drink you want.
And in nakedness.
And any kind of clothing you wear.
And in want of all things.
For anything you want. Your job, your birth certificate, your death certificate, or registration.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
Now you're in a destroyed state. Our people don't even realize that we're the Israelites. Our people don't even realize when these type of things right here start happening, they don't realize that this is prophesied in the Bible. You see these men right here? You recognize some of these faces? Let me know if you recognize some of these faces.
Pick them up.
Genesis 49 and 1. You don't? All right, well, I call out some names. Okay, turn it around. Okay, you might not be familiar with those. What about on this side? You see some, what about you, my brother? See some familiar faces? Familiar names? A couple, right? You know what this goes into? This goes into a part of your history as well. I'm going to read it to y'all in the Bible and let me know if y'all can understand what the Bible is saying. Watch this.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
He said, y'all gather together. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen to you in the last days. You hear that? Remember, he's talking to his sons right here. Who are his sons? Who are his sons? In the Bible, they're called, what you say, my brother? What's your name? Elijah. And this one more time. Rico, what are Jacob's sons? Or Israel's sons' names? On this side, it tells you their names. Can y'all see it? You can't see it? What do you say? Huh? Judah, that's good. What's next? Benjamin, you hear it? Who else? Levi. See, these are Jacob's sons, right? And go on and so forth, right? But now let's look on the other side of that. Rico, what do it say next to Judah? What did it say next to Judah? I'm gonna need it, bro. I'm gonna need it. American black, right? Would be Judah. So guess what we're gonna do out of the Bible? Elijah, we're gonna read about Judah. Who do you think is gonna reflect? I've given you the clues already. You see what I'm saying? Now we gotta read it and see if it resonates with the American black. That makes sense? Makes sense, right? Remember, that's what we're saying. My brother was just saying that the churches are not teaching you that though. Why are you not showing me who Judah is in the Bible? When God said that I'm going to gather y'all together in the last days, what's going to happen to you? Have you ever heard that we're living in the last days, Rico? Right? You heard that before? We're living in the last days. What did he say? Read that.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Drop down to 7. Okay.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise.
Who he called out? What name he called out? Judah, right? So in your mind, you ought to be thinking about, I'm supposed to see if it's going to line up with the American black. That's what I'm supposed to do, because he's about to read to me Judah, right? Watch this. Read it again.
Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy.
Judah, your brother's going to praise you. Who is the brothers? The brothers is the Hispanics and the native Indians. Those are his brothers. He told Judah, your brothers. They're going to praise you. Why? Why? Read that part again. Because what?
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy.
This is why I asked y'all, did y'all recognize him? This is what God is saying. It's almost like a parable. You got to put it together. Your hand's going to be in the neck of the enemies. Remember, the enemy's going to put the yokes of iron on your neck.
Right.
Now what did he say about Judah? He singled Judah out. You got to have visuals for our people. They don't understand this. Yokes of iron going to be on your neck.
Thy hands shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
He said, thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Why? Give me that in Zechariah. Zechariah 7 and 12, 12 and 7. That's good. We'll put it down. So he said that Judah, your brothers is going to praise you. Why did he say that? Watch this.
Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first.
Who God say he was going to save first? Judah. And Judah is who? American black. He said he's going to save them first. Because the prophecy was, your brother's going to praise you. Because read it again.
Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first.
He said he's going to save the tents of Judah first.
That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Now go back to Genesis 49. So he said he's going to raise the tents of Judah first. Verse 8 again.
Judah, Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8.
Come on.
Judah, thou art whom thy Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise.
Because he's going to raise my brother. Rico, you listening, Rico? He said, Judah, thy brothers shall praise. Why? Because he's going to raise the tents of Judah first. These are the first one who rebelled up against the oppression that was happening to our people. That's why it was already prophesied. That's why you seen Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton. That's why you seen those men. They was fulfilling the prophecy of the Bible of Judah. Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Now what's happening is they're bringing the spirit of revolutionary back to their people. Be for your people. Let's not consider ourselves as just slaves. Let's not go out and marry all the other nations, because God said don't do that. Raise up your nation according to the Bible. All right, read that in 33. No, matter of fact, stay right there.
Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
He said Judah is a lion's whelp. Judah is a lion's whelp. What do a whelp do? Okay, watch this.
Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
From the prey thou art gone up. Remember, this is how he was going up. Read.
He stooped down.
He stooped down.
And couched as a lion.
You know how a lion stooped down? What are you about to do? You're about to attack. You're exactly right. You see, that's why the Bible is explaining it, and I'm trying to see if you comprehend what the Bible is saying. It said Judah stooped down like a lion. He's about to attack. This was it right here. I'm trying to line it up for you, man. Read.
And as an old lion.
Now, as an old lion, how old was this? About how many years ago? About 50 years ago, right? People consider 50 old, right? Not really, but you can consider 50 old, right? Or getting old, right? Getting old, right? What do you say?
And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Where do you see the spirit at today? That's what it's asking you. You see what the Bible's saying? What is Judah doing today to so-called American blacks? Do you see them like this? That's what the Bible is telling you about Judah. The Bible is telling you about the so-called American black today. That's why we're trying to show you this. These people are your ancestors. Not only here, but right here. What he gonna do? Put a yoke of iron on your neck. That's what the enemy was gonna do to Judah. Let's see what else happened to Judah. Drop that and give me 28 and 68. What else happened to Judah? Not only Judah, but we're focusing on Judah because we're speaking with you. You so-called black man, watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How did the Israelites go into Egypt when they was under Pharaohs? Deuteronomy 5 and 6. Say again. So they was in, where were they? They wasn't in Jerusalem. They was in Goshen, and they Goshen, and they went into Egypt. That's not a far distance. So how would you think they got over there? Matter of fact, when Moses let them out, how did they get out? They walked out, right? Guess what? Jacob and all his sons, they walked over there. And then when Joseph came about, they forgot about all the promises and things that Joseph did. But they walked over there. That's the point, right? Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he's going to bring them into Egypt again. They walked into Egypt. Watch what they did. I can't hear you.
With ships.
No, go back.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
He brought the Israelites out of Egypt.
From the house of bondage.
What did God call the house of Egypt? Read it again.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
What the land of Egypt was called? The house of bondage. Right. They were slaves in Egypt. You didn't know that? Let my people, Pharaoh, let my people go. You see what I'm saying? That's why he said that, because they were servants, they were slaves. Remember, have you ever heard this before? Man, how's your day today, Rico? Man, I work like a Hebrew slave. You understand? Every nation can't use that term. But guess what? That resonates with you. That was your forefathers. That's why, Rico. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
In slavery again, Rico.
With ships.
That's how the Israelites, this time, instead of being under Pharaoh in Egypt, you're going to be in slavery again. But this time, I'm going to let you go into slavery on ships. Right.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.